Madelein Santibañez. I am the Director of Harm Reduction and Wellness here at Corazon Ministries. I am also a person in long-term recovery from benzodiazepines. I was unhoused here on the east side of San Antonio for 5 years of my life, so I'm very familiar with this community, and I'm very honored to lead this program. I am born and raised here in San Antonio and grew up in a community where there was a lot of substance use and alcoholism, and I became passionate for helping marginalized community members and youth at risk of incarceration because I myself was a convicted felon at 17 years old. So I understood the barriers that our youth were facing in getting access to adequate mental health and treatment for their substance use. In harm reduction, we do syringe services. We are actually the largest drop-in center for syringe services in the state of Texas. So we are very honored to lead that program here in Bexar County, where we are exchanging over 600,000 syringes a year. Injection drug use in San Antonio is very high. We've had an opioid crisis since the early 60s. We have one of the second oldest methadone clinics in the nation. Methadone was a prescribed opiate for a lot of our military vets. And as we know, San Antonio is a very proud military city. However, many of the folks who engage in illicit opiate use start with the mismanagement of opioid medication. That's actually 80% of folks that begin using illicit opiates begin with mismanagement of pain medication. So being that San Antonio is home to the second oldest opioid treatment center, we've had a generational crisis when it comes to substance use and specifically opiates, which is why we have a high overdose rate in our community. San Antonio is a very special place. It is, we have I-35 running north and south, I-10 east and west. So we are a sex trafficking capital of the world. And as a person with lived experience who was born into human trafficking, drug trafficking, the sex trafficking trade, because of my family, I got to see some very, very dark places of our community. And I committed myself to stopping the incidence of isolation, the incidence of HIV and HepC transmission amongst our community, the incidence of overdose amongst our youth, the harms that came from injection drug use, like the abscesses and wounds that we're now taking care of, the incidence of MRSA and endocarditis because of injection drug use and the use of unsterile supplies. I am super honored to work here at Corazon that believes in the mission of harm reduction. It's what saved my life, right? And people seeing the human behind the illness, because substance use is someone's coping mechanism to fill the void that often is rooted in unhealed trauma. And so we get to engage with individuals here at the day center and in our harm reduction street outreach who have compounded trauma. And we get to love on them and treat them with the dignity and respect that they deserve, build rapport, and link them to care, whether that's emergency shelter, detox, methadone, Suboxone, their treatment for HIV, for HepC, giving them the supplies that they need so that they can get a second chance at life and at recovery. Here at Corazon, we pride ourselves in having people with lived experience at the front lines of this work, engaging with our community members, and telling them that me too. I've been there, I've done that, and there's hope. and through our love and our guidance, we can get someone through some of the scariest parts of their lives. And it's been beautiful to join and grow our team. We began with harm reduction in 2022, and we've been able to grow our team to include our wellness team, which is a set of 3 amazing medical assistants who are helping here at the day center and in our street outreach to engage those that are engaging in high-risk behaviors, unprotected sex, maybe they're sex working for survival, they're using substances for survival, or because they have a physical dependency on it and don't know another way to deal with their pain, and they're giving them foot baths, they're cleaning their wounds, they're giving them just that awareness of resources that when you're homeless and in the grips of your addiction, you don't realize are out there, right? And so we get to lift that veil and allow our clients to build that trust with the system that often has failed them, and we get to walk alongside them throughout this journey.